It's Friday, February 24th, and time for your Barbados Today morning update. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. Barbados records its 11th road fatality for the year. A 49-year-old man lost his life along Culloden Road, St. Michael, just after 8 last night when the bicycle he was riding and a motor car driven by a 39-year-old woman collided. As investigations continue into the latest accident, police are appealing to anyone who may have witnessed the collision to call the Hastings Police Station at 439-7608 or 439-7611. In other news, it cannot be business as usual at the Central Bank of Barbados, so warns economist and former employee of the financial institution, Jeremy Stephen, weighing in on the imminent departure of Central Bank Governor Dr. Delisle Worrell following yesterday's ruling by the Court of Appeal to scrap the injunction and to deny another application for an extension. Stevens said the first order of business for the new governor must be internal.
I see a case where the central bank may very well be aggressive again on monetary policy, printing money and whatnot. And internally, they may have a different direction in terms of the operations of the bank themselves. The country is at crisis mode. The government definitely needs the financial support. Whether I support it or not is immaterial to this argument right now, but they definitely do need leadership still. So it may come in the form of a deputy governor. It may come in the form of someone with the expertise. I would say it's a rather tricky position to be in leading up to elections, but nonetheless, you need a governor right now that can reinstate monetary policy along the lines expected by the government, perhaps, or deal with internal operations in a way that's more amenable to the board of directors and to the staff at the Central Bank of Barbados.
Meantime, the embattled Central Bank governor has declined to give any comment on his legal fight with the Minister of Finance, Chris Sinclair, for his job. However, his lead attorney, Gregory Nichols, says the governor was given an ultimatum by the minister to either resign or be fired, is content that his legal team is doing all in its power to protect his interests.
We don't have any reasons why the court gave its decision. The court will give its decision, the reasons, on Friday next week. So we can only guesstimate what is the basis of the court's decision today. And I have to really sit down and confer with my co-counsel and my client. So there's nothing much really I can say today. We are disappointed. We thought that we had a fairly solid case, and before I can comment, I need to see what the court's decision is.
And how soon do you expect to go before the CCJ?
Well, we are not certain as yet, but we probably will do that tomorrow.
Any possibility of settling the matter before it goes
Every
that
possibility
far?
of settlement. As far as I'm aware, the discussions, let's call it in the USA, back channeling has been going on from day one.
Okay.
But for Ryan, he's content with the proceedings today, and that we have put our best foot forward, and he's resolute that his objective is to ensure that there is a steady hand at the central bank in this most difficult time in Barbados.
That was Gregory Nichols speaking to the media yesterday. All set for Agrofest 2017, last night organizers were busy putting in place last-minute preparations to ensure that the annual agriculture event goes off without a hitch.
It takes planning, and it takes cooperation on the part of everybody. We have a good team in place at the Agrofest Secretariat who actually plan way out in order to ensure that we when we get here that everything is in place. So I would say the effort has been pretty good this year, and the cooperation from everyone has been good at the same time. Although we've had some space issues in terms of the fact that right now there's some construction going on at the Daphne Joseph Hackett Theatre, so we don't have all the space around there that we normally have. So we've had to reposition some tents in order to accommodate the, especially the financial sector and service companies. We've had to do that, and of course we've had to sort of look to create more space to accommodate others.
In sports, the boys of Leicester Vaughan School look set to chase their third consecutive title at the 2017 Barbados Secondary School Athletics Championships, with Savion Hoyt being one of their main trump cards. The athletes from Cane Garden St. Thomas were on show at the National Stadium yesterday when the school held its annual inter-house sports. When the dust settled on the track, Red House clinched their fourth consecutive title by a mere 6.25 points having scored 1,147.5, that is, to stave off a strong challenge from Blue House with 1,141.50 points. Placing third was Orange House with 863.25 points. Purple House tallied 730 points for fourth place. Green House scored 615. They placed fifth, and finishing in sixth position was Gold House with 305 points.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only 225. 220 who? For what? That's Bear Stare News. I don't read about that from Barbados today since last night. That can't only can't do. 220 who?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
It's the celebration of agriculture, 50 years and beyond. Come and experience this year's Agrofest exhibition at the historic Queen's Park on February 24th to 26th. Don't miss the African Heritage Month celebrations, the Agrofest Special Edition, an impressive display of leather products made from Barbados' black belly sheep, the best of Crop Over 2016, and much more. Agrofest 2017. Tickets available at all official box offices.
Not true. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Keith Rowley is denying reports that his government paid lobbyists millions of dollars to set up a phone call between him and the U.S. President Donald Trump. He addressed the matter in the country's parliament yesterday.
I was home on the weekend and I was informed that the President of the United States would like to speak to me. It had nothing to do with our lobbyists, and it didn't cost Trinidad and Tobago a cent. But the President of the United States understands that Trinidad and Tobago is a country that the United States holds very dearly, for good reason. The U.S. is our major trading partner, and we are a leader in CARICOM.
And finally, there has been a 18% increase in the number of people suffering from depression across the world. That's according to the new World Health Organization report, which revealed that over 300 million people are suffering from the mental disorder. Here's the WHO's Health System Advisor in the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse, Dan Chisholm.
The key points in this report that we released today are that depression is a very common mental disorder affecting over 300 million people yearly, and is also the leading cause of disability worldwide, contributing 7.5% of all years lived with disability globally. It's also, of course, a leading contributor to suicide deaths, which number nearly 800,000 deaths a year. Depression is a very common disorder affecting over 300 million people globally. It's a very stigmatized condition, and partly as a result of that, it's very under-recognized and undertreated. There is a huge treatment gap in the lower income countries in the world. It's more than 90% of people who could benefit from treatment do not get it.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good morning.